Good morning, freshmen. Today we will be completing your graduation checklist. You should have a copy of your transcript in front of you, along with a CAP course guide. On page 5 in the course guide, you will see the BHS graduation requirements. Notice that there's a slight difference between SMART core requirements, especially in the areas of mathematics and science compared to the general BHS requirements. No matter what, if you are SMART core or not, you must complete all of the Bentonville High School requirements for graduation. The graduation checklist is found in your course guide on page 84, and it looks like this. Through this video today, you will be looking at your transcript and completing this checklist. Notice the differences in mathematics for SMART core or for non-SMART core, and in science, again, for SMART core and for regular general BHS requirements. This is a copy of a BHS transcript. I have modified this so that you can only see one semester of the freshman year because that is what your transcript will look like as well. In English, you should see a column of grades for first semester and a grade listed for your first semester course. So in English, under first semester, we'll be entering a B like this student. And then because English is a year-long course and you are currently enrolled in a second semester English section, you will be entering an SP for spring semester as a placeholder. Next year, you will need to complete 10th grade English. In 11th grade English or its equivalent, and in 12th grade, a 12th grade English course. In math, some of you are at this time in Algebra 1 like this student, or you may be in Geometry Pre-AP or Algebra 2 Pre-AP. This student is in Algebra 1 and made a D first semester. So for their grade, I'm going to enter a D in the first semester box. Because Algebra 1 is a year-long course, this student is currently enrolled in Algebra second semester. So I'm going to enter an SP for the spring semester. If you are in an Algebra 1 lab, that will not be added into the math checklist. You will actually add the lab portion of your algebra class in electives later. For next semester of sophomore year, this student will need to take geometry. If you are SMART core or non-SMART core, you are required to take both Algebra 1 and geometry. The change will come with the Algebra 2. If you are struggling in math after geometry, you may be recommended for a course called Bridge to Algebra 2, in which case you will move to the second checklist, and your third math will be Bridge to Algebra 2, and your fourth math, Regular Algebra 2. This is where Bridge to Algebra 2 would be entered. If you remain on the SMART core path, you will take geometry as a sophomore, Algebra 2 as a junior, and your fourth math beyond Algebra 2. If not, however, and Bridge to Algebra 2 is your junior year math, you will take Algebra 2 as your fourth math senior year. Science. This student is in physical science and made a C first semester. Because physical science is a year-long class, we will enter the placeholder of SP for the spring. The student has to take biology sophomore year. And then junior year will select either chemistry or physics if they wish to be SMART core. If not, however, they may choose to be a non-SMART core graduate and take a third science, such as anatomy and physiology, environmental science, zoology, botany, or geology. Social studies. This student took civics during the first semester and made a B in the class, so we will enter a B on the checklist in civics. Next year, most sophomores take world history. The student also will need to take U.S. history during the junior year and government and econ during the senior year. This student was registered for many of the graduation requirements that are in addition to the core requirements. The student took oral communications and made a B in the class first semester. The student also took Advanced Women's Choir 9 and made an A in the course, completing a semester of a fine arts requirement. Notice that Advanced Women's Choir is a year-long course, so the student will be working on a second semester grade, which we will enter in the elective column on the next page. The student also is enrolled in health. We can see health on the transcript, and although there's not a grade, that means that the student is enrolled in health second semester. So we'll put an SP for health in the spring. The student, however, does not have a PE course listed on their transcript for freshman year, which means the student will need to complete PE in one of the future years of high school. Practical Arts. Practical Arts courses are CTE courses, or Career and Technical Education courses. This student has two different CTE courses on their transcript, Yearbook and CA1. We're going to enter Yearbook as their Practical Arts credit, which is a year-long class. So Fundamentals of Journalism is actually the name of the class now instead of Yearbook 1. But they took a yearbook and made a B first semester, and they are also enrolled in that class in the spring, so we will put an SP for a placeholder that we are awaiting that grade, and we'll enter yearbook 1 in the spring. The CA1, which is also a practical arts, we will actually use as an elective. Here is the list of electives to enter any courses above and beyond the core graduation requirements. Before doing so, we're going to mark through the credits that we have already used somewhere else on our checklist today. English, math, science, social studies, health, oral comm, and the first semester of Advanced Women's Choir, and also yearbook. So Advanced Women's Choir 9 for second semester, that grade, which is awaiting posting. We have not posted that grade yet, but we can enter a placeholder for Advanced Women's Choir 9 for their spring grade, and also a spring grade for CA1. Notice there are many other elective credits needed by this student prior to graduation. Each class or blank is a half credit, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 remaining semester credits needed, or 5.5 credits of academic or non-academic electives. So this is what's remaining on the student's checklist to take in future years. They still have 3 English credits, 3 math credits, and notice the differences the choice will be made at junior year, whether to pursue SMART Core or to stay with general core requirements. For science, 2 more credits, and again, there's another choice for SMART Core or not SMART Core. Social studies, there are 3 credits remaining. They need to take a semester of PE at a minimum and 5.5 credits of electives. And I've just filled the chart out to show you what this student may be taking in future years. For sophomore year, the student would take English 2, geometry, biology, world history, and PE, which is 4.5 credits. Every student must register for 7 credits worth of classes, however. So to equal 7, the student must take 2.5 credits of electives during the sophomore year to make 7 total credits. On page 85, you will go to the optional recognitions checklist, and these checklists will help you determine if you are on track to be a focus area completer or a high honor or honored graduate. The focus areas are listed on page 14 through 16. and you can choose a focus area and enter it on the line at the top of the page. We are going to use an example focus area, Accounting Banking, to see if the student is on track to graduate with a focus area completer in this area. Our student in our example transcript had actually completed Computer Applications 1, which is a half-credit course, in the fall of 2014. Notice that Computer Applications 1 with an asterisk is a required course for a focus area completer in the Accounting Banking focus area. The student will also need to take Computer Applications 2 and may register for that class for the 2015-2016 school year. The class is a half-credit class and is most often taught in the spring, so I'm going to enter spring 2016. Then we will mark that one off the list. The other required course for the Accounting Banking focus area is Computerized Accounting 1. So I will enter that on this line for 1 credit, which will be taken in a year-long course next year. And we will mark that one off the list. And notice now we have 1 half credit and a half credit, so together that makes a full credit, plus 1 more for Computerized Accounting 1. At this time, the student has 2 credits towards this focus area. To be a focus area completer, however, the student must complete 3 credits within the focus area. So we are going to choose from the remaining courses. I just chose marketing. We're going to make this one green, that we would take this class junior year for 1 more credit. If the student completes Computer Applications 2, Computerized Accounting 1, and Marketing, the student would have 3 total credits in the Accounting Banking focus area and would be considered a focus area completer. The High Honors graduation checklist works in a very similar fashion. The courses listed at the bottom are the courses that count towards honors or high honors. Make sure that you have 2 years of a foreign language of some sort. The foreign language may begin in 7th or 8th grade. If you took the 2-year World Language course, Spanish 1A, Spanish 1B, in junior high school, the course does not count as 2 credits, but only as 1. It's like you completed the full year of Spanish 1 over a 2-year period. So you need to make sure to take Spanish 2 or French 2 if you took Spanish 1A or Spanish 1B at the junior high schools. That's all today. We're going to give you time to complete your checklist. Please let your counselors know if you have any questions. Thanks, and have a great day.